Staten Island. I'd like to talk to you about Staten Island. It's a place where every boy's name is either Vinny, Anthony, or Joey. It's a place where the people say "zork" and "coffee," and by people I mean my mother. Staten Island is also known as the most popular area for garbage dumping. Staten Island is where all the women go to Antoinette's Tips, if I can remember that correctly, to get their very long acrylic nails put on so they can type just like that. Staten Island. I grew up there, born and raised actually, and I'm very proud of it. And I'd like to take you back for when I was about 13. Staten Island, Our Lady Help of Christians grammar school. Yes, I went to a Catholic elementary school. What is it? Elementary, junior, high school, like all the levels, all Catholic all the time. Me, in a little plaid skirt with the pleats and the little white man tailor shirt and the buttons that, like that tie, that buttons, you feel like you're choking yourself to death. I wore those every day of my life. And the slutty girls, or I should say the stat rats, they hiked their skirts really, really high. Oh yeah, stat rats are sluts. That's what we call them. Stat rats. So they would hike their skirts really, really high. I didn't because I was chubby, so I didn't feel that that would be a good idea. So here I am, 13, 7th grade, and Mrs. Conti is teaching some sort of social studies that I really never paid attention to. Mrs. Conti looked like Cher, but think Cher like Moonstruck 1984 with like the white streaks through her black frizzy hair. That's what she looked like. And I remember distinctly because I was daydreaming, not really paying attention to what's going on over here, and I'm staring the most beautiful man ever. And all of a sudden I hear, "Candace, can you name the 5 Great Lakes?" Shit. No. Clearly I couldn't because I wasn't paying attention, and I probably couldn't actually name the 5 Great Lakes right now if you asked me to. Honestly, I can't name them. But I remember when I was staring and like looking at Joey. That's his name. His name is Joey. He is like the hottest freaking man I've ever seen in my life. I was 13. I mean, my hormones were raging, and I'm staring at him and staring at him. You know why I loved him so much? Because he looked just like my celebrity crush. My celebrity crush. Oh man, I would run home every day and I'd turn on the television and I would watch this man. Just how he handled those 3 little girls, and I just loved him. And the cleaning products and the way his tall, slender body. I loved Danny Tanner. I loved Full House. I wanted Danny Tanner. And Joey looked just like Danny Tanner. I mean, everything about him. And he was the most popular guy at St. Joseph by the Sea and Our Lady Help of Christians. Every school knew him. And he was in my class. Joey. Bell rings. And what happens? I gather my books very quickly, and I like to hurry up because if I can walk past him just in time to brush his shoulder, I can smell his cologne. CK1. It was so good. So here we go. I pack on my bags, and I brush past him, but this time I don't touch him because all the freaking popular girls always gather around him. You know the popular girls. In Staten Island, they were blonde. They were thin. They never had to diet, and they never wore braces. I was the actual opposite of that. Yeah, those girls. They're talking to him. They're having a conversation with him. And he's listening because he's polite and sweet because his mommy raised him so great. And I love him. And all of a sudden, he sees me walk past him, and he turns. He actually comes over to me, and he says, "You want to play freeze tag in the woods?" Fuck yeah, I do. Actually, I said that in my head, and I stood there. My best friend goes, "Fucking answer." "Oh, yes, I'll meet you there after." So I go, put away my books, and I see all the popular kids going towards the woods. The woods were like, I don't know, a few feet away from the school, and my house was kind of near that too, so I always walked home. But this time, I walked to the woods with purpose. And here I am walking, and the whole entire time I'm saying to myself, don't be a fucking dork. Don't be a dork. Just play freeze tag good. Be a good athletic person. Don't be a dork. Don't be a dork. And we get to the woods, and all the popular guys are lined up, and all the popular girls are lined up. It was so Twilight, except for the whole, like, vampire and, like, you know, wolf thing. And we're in the forest. It was so sexy. And I stand at the end of the popular girl line, the only brunette. And here I am. And Joey, of course, says, we're going to start picking teams. I'm team captain. Raise your hands. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Oh, Joey, pick me. Please pick me. Please pick me. Please pick me. I'll take Candace. Fuck. He picked me. Okay. He picked me. Like, that's a good thing. He, like, likes me, right? Okay. Now I can't fuck up the game. I mean, it's freeze tag, for Christ's sakes. I got this. Freeze tag. Here we go. Now, base, by the way, was this huge tree in the forest. It was like sunken in the back, but we all knew where the tree was, and I knew it was especially because it was like right behind my house. And that was base. Got it. Here we go. We're running, and I see base. Now, freaking other team is following me. They're right behind me. I feel them on my ass, and I also feel Joey looking at me. And he's like, baby, you suck, but don't give up. You can do it. Go to that tree. Got it. So here I go. I'm running, and I'm running towards the tree, and I'm running like all hell. And I put my hand out because I just want to touch the tree. Oh, dear God. And I'm almost there, and bang. I fell down a well. Literally, a well like Baby Jessica in the 90s. So, let's discuss this well. First thing, I didn't even know there was a fucking well in Staten Island. There's no wells in Staten Island. And here I am stuck in a well. It's dirty, it smells, and it's very Silence of the Lambs minus the poodle. And I swear to God, the whole time I kept thinking, am I down and he's up? And how did I get down here? And he leans over and looks down and he says, Candace, you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. It was really dirty. So here he goes. He sticks his hand down, he gets on his belly, and he tries to grab my hand. And I try to reach up. My leg is stuck. My foot's stuck. Okay, I can't reach you. All right, what am I gonna do? Just sit here? Go get my mom. My house is the one behind the big tree. All right, so now Joey runs home to get my mom to tell him I fell in a well. Mrs. Guardino, your daughter fell down a well. Oh, well! 911. Get me the fire department, the police, maybe even an ambulance. I don't know. She goes and gets the rosary beads from her bedroom, runs down the steps, and runs to the forest with Joey in her other hand. She's running, and she gets to the forest, and now she sees me down the well, and she says, Candace, are you all right? Mom, I'm okay. My leg is stuck. Now my tummy really hurts. Don't worry. I called everyone. Okay. And all of a sudden I hear, woo, 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 woo. And I'm thinking, there's no way she called the ambulance or a fire department or anything like that. She wouldn't do that, right? Would she? All of a sudden you hear, she's over here. And you see all of the firemen running with their axes and shovels. The police pull up, and all the popular kids are now standing over the well, looking in and laughing. And they start digging because they can't reach. So they start digging down this well and digging, and now the dirt is coming in this way, and I'm in the center. The dirt's falling in. It's up to about here. My leg is stuck. I can't get out. The fireman gets finally down the well further enough that he's able to touch my hand, and he says, I'm going to pull, and another guy's going to come down and get your foot out. Okay? And as the other guy comes down, he looks at my leg, and he says, we have a bleeder! My leg was cut, apparently. So my mother takes out the rosary beads. She starts praying to God. She's saying every rosary known to man that a Catholic could possibly know. And they finally get me out of this well. They carry me out, and now I'm out of the forest. And as we turn to come out, there's every Staten Island person there. I mean, anyone you could possibly think of. My aunts, my uncle, Joey, and now all of the popular kids. Shit, they even called my uncle? Well, Lenny the ice cream guy showed up. I mean, anyone you could possibly think of is there, all of my neighbors. And the fireman carries me out, And he says, where's the truck? Where's the truck? And he puts me on the back of the truck. So I'm sitting on the back of the truck, and my mother's flipping out because there's blood everywhere. So now he rips open the bottom of my pants. Where's the blood on my leg? If it's not coming from my leg, then where is it coming from? Mom! My mother steps onto the fire truck. She turns around to the crowd. Everyone! Candace is just fine. She got her period. The crowd cheers. And one by one, each person is coming up to me, hugging me, shaking my hand. It's like the graduation song was playing in my voice. And all of a sudden, the firefighter comes over and he taps me on the back. Good job. And then through the crowd, I see a small woman coming through. It's my grandmother. And she has a cup of coffee in her hand. It's time you know what it tastes like. Welcome to womanhood, Candace. It fucking sucks. I didn't really know what, period was. I just knew it was bad. I knew, something was happening to me and that maybe I would die, or I don't know, maybe I was supposed to, produce a child. I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but I knew it wasn't good because, I would bleed, so it would be bad. I was gonna die or something. But apparently it was kind of cool because, the next 2 weeks became a blur because I would receive cards in the mail and presents, and my mom would display the cards all over the mantle. Congratulations, welcome to womanhood. I got these really cool gifts. I got these little, they floated in the water. They look like little boats. I later found out they were pads, but I thought they were funny, and the tampon thing really, was a new experience. But all in all, I'd like to thank my mom because I grew up thinking that every time someone got their period, we had to announce it and send cards and gifts to their house. So, thanks, Mom. Thank you.